My beautiful stars, good morning. So you're gonna have to bear with me for this, because how I got this message for this collective, the process of getting this message, it really ties into the main collective. Okay, so just bear with me. I'll try and get through this explanation quickly, because we all know I can ramble. But we always talk about seeing things, especially emotion, outside of the box, and really trying to find a new perspective, especially when it comes to overwhelmed emotion. All right, so anyway, I was outside this morning saying good morning to my beautiful fairy garden and my blossom tree, as you do. And as I'm out there, I get this message of heartbreak, past, present, future. Now, that's not normally the energy I get when I'm out, outside in my garden. So straight away I thought, well, this is for the collective. So I thought, well, we've got to elaborate on it a bit. So me personally, when I'm downloading, when I'm channeling, I find I like pace, like I just walk, or I literally like walk in a circle like a loony. So anyway, I started doing my little trot, and nothing was coming through. So I thought, I'll sit down. So I sat down under the beautiful morning sun, and all I could focus on was how cold I was. So still, message, very stuck, very stagnant. So I thought, I'll go inside. So I straight away, I beelined for in here. Now the deck I picked up was this deck, which I never go for this deck. I don't even remember the last time I used this deck. And the card that came out was evolution and spontaneity. Now, me going for this deck, even though I was feeling a collective going through heartbreak, this is it's a very positive deck. I was like, even just intuitively going for that, it started to get the ball rolling. And then as soon as I saw spontaneity, I thought, well, spontaneity is such a in the now kind of action. It's something you do off the cuff. It's a very present kind of emotion, especially with evolution next to it. And then that's when the channel started. Now, before we get into it, I just want to make it clear, I'm not invalidating anyone's emotion, because I know heartbreak is very painful, and I know the anxiety it can put into people's souls. We talk about it all the time. But the question that kept coming through my mind for collective is, right now, in this very moment, where is your anxiety, heartbreak, and fear coming from right now? Is it you reflecting on past things that have been done? So a past separation, how you felt in the past, how you were treated in the past? Or is your anxiety, heartbreak, and fear coming from what may be in the future? Now, the right collective, this should already start dropping pennies. Now, me as a reader, I always talk about when we are bound to the past, we can't help but fear about our future and what comes next, and we completely wish away our present, right? The right collective, there is an evolution of emotion coming in you, and I always say as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel, I'm here to confirm it. Now, you might have had kind of the same message come into your soul, your mind's eye, about gratitude and living in the moment, but even sometimes those words, they're not enough to really see the perspective and the true emotion outside of the box. Now, if that question that I just answered you are like, actually, you know what? I am overwhelmed right now because I am thinking of a past situation, or I'm so stressed if what's coming in my future will actually happen. This message is for you. It is so easy for us to get consumed by emotion that makes us extremely overwhelmed. And that emotion really does. It comes from fear of the unknown. It comes from It comes from a space in our heart that we're trying to fill a void, and we think by receiving things we're stressing about for a future outlook is going to fill that void. Now, I believe everyone should show gratitude every day, but it's in those moments that you know, and you've said to your brain, right? And it takes time and effort to do it because emotion can swallow us whole. To honestly say to yourself, in my present moment right now, my very present moment, I actually, and look around your life. Are you sitting in freedom? Are you sitting in independence? Are you sitting in a beautiful home or a nice comfortable home, a surroundings you have created? Are you sitting in a position that you might not be the most, or maybe you are even extremely abundant, but you're comfortable in your flow, you're in your financial flow? Do you have beautiful children that are there with you every day in the present, or fur babies? Do you have, a car that you can at least get to A to B? Do you have, whatever it is, right? In that very moment that overwhelm comes over you, that you're stressing about future or holding on to past hurt, these are the moments you turn to gratitude. These are the moments you turn to release. And these are the moments you truly surrender to you. Okay, I always say, especially my divine community, until you truly understand and until you can truly change your thought pattern from doubt, stress, anxiety, pain, loneliness, overwhelm, all of that's what you're just going to keep bringing into your life day after day. And day after day, you start to program your brain to think like this. We say it takes 66 days to truly create a habit in your mind. If every day you wake up with the same emotion, you need to start being stronger than your mind. You need to start training your brain to see things differently. So those moments you're so fearful about external gain, external attachment of what comes next, you need that 15, 20 minutes, half an hour of pure gratitude, prayer, however you turn to your higher self and speak your present life into existence for your future life. Focus on what you already have, the happiness you feel for what you already have, okay? Right, collective, this will make so much sense. It's so easy to say, don't live in the past because you're going to focus about the future, live in the now. But you need to have tools to be able to, live in the now. And I just think through this message, it's such a powerful tool to use. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that your past emotion and the pain you have faced does not trickle into your day. But if you take the emotion out of it, how is the actual life that you're living minus the worry about external? So if you're in your present, right, and you're still like, but I still don't have anyone, I don't have companionship, I don't have that, it makes me miserable, you're not seeing it right. You're not seeing your life right, because the collective that is still watching, you get to breathe every day. You get to eat every day. You get to live in a comfortable surroundings every day. And for you, if that doesn't feel enough, if it doesn't feel enough that you can just get up and do something so spontaneous, like put your stuff in your car and go for a drive, or go for a 5-hour walk, or go to the beach you wanted to go to, or take yourself on a date, that is a blessing, that you can just be spontaneous and free in your present. A lot of people don't have that, to be able to do that in their present. So I just feel the right collective, again, I don't need smartasses in the comments, for this message to come in so clearly for you. Your higher self is saying your present life is abundant, but you're focusing on the things that take away that abundance. I'm talking internal. It makes you feel abundant of the mind, body, and soul. If you really reflect with taking away the gain, the fear of what comes next. And the right collective, you're evolving your perception on pain. And I think this message is finding you at just the right time. So let's just say every morning you wake up with the same thought pattern. It's time when that thought pattern comes in to sit in your gratitude and focus on the now and surrender to what will be, because that's what the healing journey is for. Finding our own internal fulfillment and truly understanding we make ourselves happy. Okay. And this beautiful collective, you clearly have created an amazing life for yourself that you don't even take time to notice, because you're focusing on the emotion every day that you've been trying to heal. So that's why it keeps coming over you. All right. So let's get into this reading. What I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to see what you think is currently going on in your life. Okay. I want to see what is actually going on, and I want to see what is binding you to your past and what is craving so much anxiety about your future. And hopefully we get some really beautiful, advice come through for you guys, and some guiding messages and more tools to help you live in the present and help you focus on gratitude. But I just want to make it clear, it takes 66 consecutive days. So you might do it one day and then think, oh, but it's still the same. You need to be on top of it. You need mental discipline, and you need to sit down in these moments, however many times they come up through the day, and you need to focus on clearing and present. Okay. And eventually your thought pattern will start to break free from the anxiety and overwhelm, and you will be projecting out the right kind of energy to finally call in the life that you are so deeply craving. But let's go right back to the start. Just how when I got that message, heartbreak, past, present, future, I was so stuck. I tried to do this, I tried to do that, but it wouldn't clear. The right collective, that in itself is a message. When you're so focused on the emotion in the box, it keeps you stuck. It doesn't let your energy flow. Okay, just like projection. So let's focus on getting unstuck, especially with an emotion like that. Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what you guys feel like you're currently facing right now. Okay, this is what you think. This isn't what's really going on. This is what you think is overwhelming you. Okay, so you could have a fire sign connected to you, but even you could be a fire sign. Okay, so right now you think you're seeing things clearly. Okay, moon in reverse. You think you're really on top of your emotion, even though you have painful emotion. Just intuitively off the bat, King of Wands is a very free-thinking, free-spirited, kind of leads the way kind of energy. And I think this poor collective, you've been so stuck in this. It really has become a thought pattern for you. And I just feel intuitively you have so much belief. You keep on focusing when something comes up. Oh, I need to be positive about my future. You're still focusing on what you're going to gain from the future. Makes sense? And this is why it doesn't stay permanent in you. It's an up and down seesaw of emotion. This collective, you clearly know about energy. Otherwise I wouldn't be speaking. I wouldn't have got this download. And I think this is where you go wrong. You do have moments of snapping yourself into positivity, but it only lasts so long, because your positivity comes from, I need to be like this, so I call in this. It's still about the external gain you're going to get if you have a positive mindset, instead of just wanting to be positive and change your outlook for you. Okay. So water and fire could be important signs for you. Okay, so we've got, you are focusing on, okay. So when it comes to victory, success, triumph, especially if this is, because the main message, heartbreak. Okay, so right now you want victory, triumph, success, and this could be with your business as well, especially with this King of Wands here. He's very entrepreneurial, so maybe you are also focusing on what's coming next with your business. But right now, even though you're wanting victory, success, and you think you're seeing things clearly, you know deep down in your soul this is very one-sided at the moment. I'm actually not feeling valued. I'm not feeling appreciated, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. You could also be feeling like this with your work path right now. But maybe you're stressing about some unpaid debts as well, this collective. But there's something here about you do have moments that you realize you're so dependent on victory, success, triumph, like you have moments of understanding this. Just like I said at the start, the right collective, you've had some form of inner knowing or some form of intuition of recent with the message I just relayed to you, but maybe it came through a little bit differently. But still, because we are focusing so much of future, what comes next, right? So you're trying to stay positive by thinking you'll have victory, but because you know in your soul, in your present, this isn't being relayed to you or projected back to you the right way. This under this is making you start to harbor resentment. If you know it or not, I always say resentment, where it's not like, oh, resentment, we don't know when we're starting to bubble over. But anybody that is craving someone day in, day out, or even attachments for whatever it is, and it's not coming through, we start to question, we start to resent, we start to stress out even more, and then we hit our breaking point of the overwhelm. Okay, so another reason, instead of focusing on what's coming next or what's been done, if you're living in the present, you're going to start to relieve this harbored resentment you're creating because of your own thought pattern. So again, you're actually pushing what you want away, victory, success, because your energy isn't feeling valued with it. So why would the universe bring it in? Remember, they read energy, right? Okay, justice in reverse. So you feel like you just can't learn certain lessons. You can't heal certain emotion because you're not seeing it right. We say this nearly every reading. If the same thing keeps coming up, that's how the universe truly shows us signs of what they're wanting to work on. Not the numbers, and they're beautiful to show their presence. But when they're really wanting to teach us something, they ignite it with emotion. And it's normally painful emotion, because people that feel the anxiety, the overwhelm, after time walking through that fire, you finally learn from it, right? So if this emotion keeps coming up and you've had moments of saying, why isn't this changing? Maybe I just need to be more positive about what's coming next. Maybe I just need to manifest more. Maybe I just need, and it's not working. It's because you still haven't fixed your current emotion. Okay. I keep saying it because for the right collective, that's the main focus. We need to fix your now energetically, right? You could have a little bit of uneasy feeling about being victimized, shamed, blamed. Maybe you think there's some havoc in the background. So again, you're focusing on all the things you can't see. Even in your present, you could be watching this right now and you could be thinking literally, oh, they're doing this in the background, they're doing this, they're bullying, whatever it is. But why focus on the things that take you out of your present happiness of what you've already created, what you sit in, the rooms you're sitting in, right? Who cares what's happening in the rooms you're not in? You're not there. You're not a fly on the wall. So this is all in your mind, right? And let's just say something like this did happen in your physical that seems unfair and you feel victimized. You feel like this is, there's a lesson in it. And again, when we take the human emotion out of it and we see it outside of the box, it's all happening for a reason. Okay, you're stronger than that. It's just creating an imbalance, and you know it. And the one alarming thing here is this, right, collective, you think you're seeing everything so clearly right now. Okay. Okay, so you're focusing on a regeneration of a relationship. You're wanting this, especially that, and that's what I felt with this. So this, what you're wanting to make a comeback with, to reconcile, to repair it, right? To move on from the past. So this is what you think you want, right? So victory, triumph, success, but you've now teaching your soul or trained your soul through all the negative, the emotional outlook, but this is one-sided. They don't really care for me. They've never made me feel valued. So you have the seesaw of emotion of the person that you want by your side. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because of the time, because this regeneration hasn't happened yet. So then to try and get you to detach from the regeneration, the repair, the making a comeback, you then backtrack to the past and think about how this person treated you, to try and give you strength in the moment to not feel crazy for wanting this. I shouldn't want this. They did this. They made me feel victimized. They shamed and blamed me. They made me feel crazy. They made me like, do you see the imbalance? So if you can't get your energy right, it's like one moment you want them, the next moment you're sad. Then you're like this, then you're like that. Because again, the right collective, you're bound to past and future. Right? Okay, let's confirm these quickly. So let's just say this King of Wands is who you're craving, because you got someone that's manipulative. You might think they're obsessed, but in the I'm not even going to say in the nicest way, because this collective, you clearly understand this. This is a fixation for you. It's an obsession. You might not be chasing or, stalking this person, but it's an obsessive thought pattern for you. So if you're seeing this person as obsessed, projection, you yourself, this doesn't leave your mind. So that's obsession in your soul as well. But you're thinking this person needs to go through inner child healing, right? Their wounds. They're wounded. Okay, so you see them as a King of Wands. You see them as a King of Wands, right? So you see them as, and I know I explained that as you, but this coming up underneath this is making me feel you believe that this is who they clearly have potential to be. But then aligned with that thought pattern, the potential, let's just stick to potential, but then you think, no, they're manipulative. They're obsessed with me. They're in the background doing this. They're sending me the evil eye. Whatever the case, and sending the evil eye doesn't need to be through, it can just be watching admiration on the background. It's like you think this person's so heavily in your energy, but they need to heal, okay? But this collective, you need to heal. You need to heal your need of thinking, if you have an outlook of someone like this, why do you want them to fill a void in your life? Why do you think, if your true brain and energy is projecting this, what makes you think this person's going to complement your life? You're not looking at them as a compliment. You're looking at them as a completion. This person coming back, I'm going to be happy. As soon as we regenerate this, all my worries are going to go away. Even though they're broken, even though they've manipulated me, even though they're this, that, them coming back, I'm going to be a happy little Vegemite. Okay? See how, and this is what I say about signs, side note for a reason, right? So I always say, until you allocate signs, especially on the divine journey, so many of you guys see your divine masculine everywhere, right? Who you've envisioned your divine masculine to be, because that's what your brain has archived as a divine masculine sign, right? Have you ever taken a moment to think, so just how I say, if you're seeing their name, their karmic, their birthday all day, every day, that's something about your masculine energy that needs to be strengthened, because that's what your brain now has put as the picture of divine masculine, right? You need to learn your own riddles and allocate your signs. It's the same with emotion. So instead of thinking, oh, I think about them all day, every day, wouldn't you think the things you're focusing on thinking about them with, right? So them needing healing, them maybe being a bit manipulative, them being obsessed. Do you not think that's your own energy? Just how I said before, the universe will make us have our biggest signs through emotion, right? So just how in the physical you see signs, oh, that's them, when it's really not, it's about you. If they're constantly on your mind, instead of thinking, this person's obsessed, that's why I'm always thinking about them, they're in my energy, they're in this, do you not think that's your higher self saying, you need to work on your own masculine thought, like the thought pattern you have for them, that's you, projection. I always say this, even if you projected out 1%, yes, you might get it relayed 100 times worse to make us self-aware. But this collective, if this person cannot leave your mind with this kind of thought pattern, there's something within you. And you're not valuing yourself right now. You're undervaluing yourself. Your dependence on what comes next, and you're thinking, am I just dependent on and you are a little bit dependent on this love, but all of this stuff here, this conditional giving, even your process right now, you might think you unconditionally, it's on a condition right now, okay, because you're so focused about past and present, right? Collective, this would be dropping pennies like a bloody hailstorm. All right. And I'm not saying it to, I'm just trying to show you how, and especially because you think what you're seeing is so, you think you're seeing it so clear, but this is why you're not moving forward in the emotion. It just keeps coming back around, okay? And even if you might think it's more this person that has unpaid debts and bad finances, what about your unpaid debts and your finances? Just whatever you feel is going on with this person, there is a part of your soul, even if it's 1%, yes, you'll see it in the extreme, that you need to focus on yourself. Point that finger back at yourself, okay? And I am not trying to invalidate. I always say, especially very spiritual people, sometimes you can feel when they're accessing you, especially when it's not coming from a train of thought. So let's just say a song comes on, or you see their name or their sign. It creates a train of thought. So of course you're going to start thinking about them. That's not them accessing you. That's through signs, the universe wanting you to work on your own masculine, right? But let's just say, you're like me. You were out in your fairy garden this morning and doing your little routine and da-da-da, and then poof, they come up, right? So there's no train of thought behind it. That could be them accessing you, yes. But if this person is not leaving your mind, that's not them accessing you. That's the universe saying, these same qualities you embody, divines, true mirrors. How about you work on your qualities that you think this person embodies? All right. Okay. Hierophant in reverse. And of course, I do believe you, this collective, you live a little bit of an unconventional lifestyle. Like I said, I do think you're very spiritually connected. Okay, but you definitely walk to your own beat, this collective, and I think that's something beautiful, and I think you are starting, and the word freedom, and that was a big one. Freedom is a big one for the right collective, especially with this entrepreneur card. The right collective, you do have freedom in your present life. It's not like, and I'm not saying you don't have to do certain work obligations, but the right collective, I don't think, if you're still watching this and you are bound to a 9 or 5, and you know it's not as easy for you to just do those random spontaneous things, like you're still watching this for a reason, clearly. But the right collective, how free you are in life, right? And how you really can just develop your own schedule every day for the right collective is a huge point. Because again, the way this message came through for the right collective, you really can, if you're just focusing on your present, start creating so much beautiful change, okay? Because I'm really seeing someone that has such a beautiful, fulfilling life, but you don't take time to notice it because you're always wanting more. You think more is going to make you more fulfilled, okay? But as well, side note, this is Hierophant energy is definitely a for me, the Hierophant High Priestess are my spiritual pairing. So I think when it does come to this person, even though we've got certain outlook and lens, you do think you're seeing this clearly. And I think that when you're not stressed and overwhelmed and sitting in heartbreak, it's like you think you have belief that this is all just going to come back together beautifully. But it's these little 1%ers in between your thought pattern that's putting you on hold here. Okay, because this, believe it or not, this person knocked on your door tomorrow with all of this grievance in your soul. You're going to be a little detective. Instead of doubting less, trusting more, you're going to be studying the cause of everything, studying every single word this person's saying to you because you don't trust them. Do you live in the now? Before focusing on what comes next, we need to focus, especially if this is something after you start really, give it a couple months doing what we've been explaining, your whole outlook on this, I guarantee you, will change. Okay, because you're really going to be stepping into your self-love, your self-value, your self-worth, and everything you've been excusing or this or thinking you're finding strength, because there's silence here right now. So through silence, you might think you found strength and you can put up bound, but you can see how much this whole situation consumes your mind, right? So the appearance of this person, all of that strength you think you have in silence, it's going to go out the window. Whereas if we can really change this collective's current thought pattern, you're going to blow yourself away. Okay, and you're really going to start believing why this really all had to happen. Not just say it, oh, this was to make me grow and this and that, but to truly believe it. And this is what's going to start letting you let go of the past. Because I always say this, you want someone back in your life and you're bound to the past, you're going to repeat the past. And this collective, that's the biggest focus. We are still way too bound to the past. But you're going to get there. This has come through so clearly for you, which means you're such a powerful, strong collective. You just need a little bit of a tweak in your thought pattern. It's time to learn from the past. So when we focus on this victory, triumph, and let's take it to work as well. Because I was hearing both for that. Okay, what's this? What are you procrastinating on? Where are you lacking your mental discipline? Do you have goals in place? This is a card of lacking goals and not learning. We did a reading a few weeks ago, and I believe everybody should live by short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. I know for the right collective, we're saying you need to live in the present. But if you are an entrepreneur and your higher self is saying to you, you're procrastinating at the moment, you're underachieving because of the way your mind can drift and focus on this, that. And I really do think love can consume this collective, right? Or if you're stressing about unpaid debts and then having to I can imagine where your mind takes you. But this specific card literally says you're lacking goals here right now. You're lacking common sense on how to really, really start to transition your life. And again, you think you're seeing your life perfectly, but there's action, the right collective you need to start taking, but you're so bound to thinking that everything's just going to be okay, even with this, all of this kind of, and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. But I just mean things don't just fall in our lap. Just, okay, everything's perfect. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Like, that doesn't happen. Okay, we need to be productive and proactive, and especially when it comes to thought pattern and mental discipline. So maybe this also, having a few goals in place, this and not procrastinating on important decisions, this might start shifting your focus from your heartbreak. Okay, important for this collective, because deep down in your soul, I'm not learning from the past. This keeps coming around. Why does it keep coming around? Because you're not changing it the right way. Okay, that's Page of Wands. Good. So you might not see these right now, but this is also, Three of Coins is also a card of active listening. But I always say, I don't know if you think that you're being shamed and blamed or criticized when it comes to your pentacle. Like, this card literally says cancel culture. So there is a stress for the right collective, something to do with your work path. And let's be real, you have an unconventional life, okay? So whatever you do for work, it wouldn't surprise me if you're on the internet, or there's something here. If you feel like you can have shame, blame, victimization, cancel culture behind it, again, it's an unnecessary stress for the right collective. Okay, it just shows how your thought pattern can go straight to the doom and gloom. Three of Coins is actually beautiful. It's such a beautiful, it's three different masterminds coming together and making one grand masterpiece. Okay, it really is a card of collaborating, all right? But I think more, instead of focusing on the negative, how about we start just focusing on the positive and the now energy, what you're experiencing in the moment. Every time something heavy comes over you about something you cannot see, okay, you need to, that's that moment you say, no, look at my life. I am joyous. I am free. I am this. I am that. Focus on that gratitude we were talking about. Every moment it comes over you, because we need to start replacing the doom and gloom with positivity. Okay? Not that we should always be love and light, but the main energy for this collective, it's learning how to stop fearing about what's coming next and holding on to past hurt, because your poor little soul's just full of resentment. Okay, and there it is. So this is literally the right collective 20 card. So even with all of this, this making a comeback, reconciling, 4 of Wands, my love is going to return. We're going to get married. We're going to build such a strong foundation. This is also a card of community, though. So there is some things about this collective stressing about community as well. How are we true to have something so beautiful as this, but with a subconscious outlook of this situation? Like this. How would you ever call that in? If that is how you view not just love, but even community. Like, if this is the fear bound to it, the resentment bound to it. And again, just how I said before about if you're constantly thinking about your masculine with these qualities, what qualities within you do? If you're constantly thinking there's people in your community that are doing this in the background in the nicest way, do you embody some of these qualities? Do you judge a little bit? Are you always in the comment sections reading all the comments? Are you, again, even if you're projecting it out 1%, the fear of what everyone else is doing to you, what do you embody? Okay, and I know that's triggering and it's a hard pill to swallow, but that's how we're shown signs. That's how we're shown the emotion that needs to be worked on. The right collective. This will make sense. Okay, again, it can be something so little, even you just gossiping a little bit, or having unwarranted opinions, having opinions on someone that you don't even know for fact. It's just what your intuition tells you. Like, just little things like this. And if you've always got fear, there's something going on in the background towards you. The evil eye, people are like this, people are like that. Again, if you're in people's comments, like I said before, sending the evil eye, it's silent watchers in the comments, and, you know, never liking, never this, never that. Just remember that, okay? Especially spiritual people, you get this lesson because they're trying to evolve you into your higher self, right? The lessons for you guys come in more than anyone in this world because you guys understand them. And maybe not in the moment, it might take you a few fires, but you guys actually start to learn them. Okay, remember, this journey is to clear that purple curtain, our good and bad karma. Okay, I always say where there's bad, there's good, vice versa. That's what this journey is for. Walk through life the best version of yourself. And I talk about this all the time. When you live in the now, and if you're just living in your present, and every night you go to sleep, was I proud of myself today? Was I my best version today? Did I just focus on me and do the best that I could? That's what really starts to change your life. Just staying in your own lane. Not focusing on those other rooms or what comes next. Just trusting whatever comes next is my grand plan, good or bad. Okay. All right, let's actually see what's currently going on in your life. Not what you think, but let's see what's currently going on in your life. Okay, you're breaking free from a certain thought pattern right now. Again, this is finding or will align with the right collective at the right time. But wild versus tame. And to tame certain emotion, it needs to resurface. I get it, okay? But strong emotions, for a reason, to break free from desires of what comes next. But you do have a driving force behind you. Maybe your sacred energy, your sacral is really being activated right now as well. So a lot of childhood things, a lot of trauma, just what you think your person's going through, you yourself are going through this, okay? But freedom, another card of freedom. Again, sorry, I have to say, because we all know what social media is like, and we've got some smart asses. The right collective, you are a free spirit, you are a free bird. Freedom, the universe is really trying to make you understand you are free. You are free to be spontaneous. You are free to do whatever you wish to do. We have put you in a position through your evolution that you are sitting in freedom. So don't take advantage of that freedom, because a lot of people don't have that in their life. This right collective, you do. That in itself is something to have just so much gratitude for. So they're trying to balance you right now, and this is why these lessons are coming in so hot and heavy. I always say whatever is our center focus, it's what needs a different outlook, right? This collective center focus for, I think, a very long time has been bound to past hurt and focusing on the future. That's why you cannot get your clear emotion, a stable emotion. You're always so up and down because it's the fear of external gain. When will this happen? What will I did a reading yesterday, and if you guys didn't, it's on my YouTube, and I think there was a lot of that collective was going through such a powerful transition of finally understanding this journey was never about what they were going to gain through healing, that not gaining things doesn't make their healing journey not valid. It was such a beautiful collective I tapped into, and I think that this collective, if you have time, you might get some really good little bits from that reading that will really help you with this current situation you're going through. I wouldn't be surprised. Yesterday's collective are actually finding really good tips in this about the current outlook as well. I think in a very odd way, both of these collectives really combined energy. And if you guys are combining, that means you yourself are coming into the period we were talking about yesterday, or it's around the corner for you. So, yeah. Just advice, suggestion. 5th of the 4th, 4th of the 5th, memory or birthday, but centered time for meditation, time for gratitude, time to center when the overwhelm comes, being stronger than your mind. You're starting to integrate your opposite forces. You're starting to find the in-between of your thought pattern. A completion is coming with your feelings, but we need to get through it first. Just a little bit more awareness at the moment, but your well-being. Okay. Goddess of love. So this is what's happening. They're really activating your stillness. So funny. I see this a lot in my divine community. Everyone's like, I'm a divine feminine, but there's no stillness whatsoever. It's like they sit there daily just craving when their person's going to come back. That's not true Empress energy. Empress energy, she's in flow. She's abundant. She doesn't care. She's living in the now. She knows how amazing she is. She knows her self-love, self-respect, her self-worth, her self-value. That's why she oozes the glow that she does, because she knows who she is. She knows what she deserves. She knows, look at what I create around me. Look at my abundant flow in life, not just throughout my life, but my inner life. I did that. Okay, that's what you're coming into, this collective. And that is literally the right collective. Look what you've created. You don't appreciate what you've created for yourself, what you've done. I'm hearing this come to my mind. I'm not going to talk about what I spoke about on Snapchat because it's a very sensitive topic and this woman's here online, but people from my Snapchat will remember what I said the other day. And I was just so broken. I went down a really big rabbit hole, and anyway, coming out of that, like, I was in tears, but coming out of that rabbit hole, it made me even reflect about what people truly go through every day in this world. I'm going to get emotional again just thinking about it. And the pain that people truly have to go through, and what this woman went through. No matter how much healing, she'll never be able to put her heart back together. And I don't say that to many things at all. And again, I don't want to elaborate on what I saw. It's a sensitive thing. But anyway, the reason I'm saying this is this collective. And I'm saying this because the right collective won't trigger you. It'll drop a penny. What you have created for yourself, you live such a beautiful life. And the pain you're holding on to is truly, and like I said at the start, I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's emotion. It's truly not as severe as you think it is. It's what you've programmed your brain to believe. And probably because you have put a label on it as well, because I keep bringing up divines. There are people in this world that daily truly get their soul destroyed daily, or people in this world that have nothing, people in this world that are going through war. And this right collective, you sit in freedom. They're saying you sit in pleasures, in happiness, but you just need to find the happiness. And again, I'm not saying that to invalidate what you're feeling. I understand heartbreak, but just sometimes in those moments reflect on, and I think the right collective, you would do this anyway, just there are truly people in this world that don't even have the capability to get themselves out of what they're facing. Okay, just remember how fortunate you are. They're wanting you to see that you are this. So just sit in stillness and understand that and believe that. Because just because you might not be physically chasing, you're energetically chasing these things. Just let them attract into your life when it's time, when your thought pattern is truly clear, okay? That magnetism you have around you, it will bring every puzzle piece into your life when it's ready to. You don't need to fear when that will be. Remember, it's not your ego's timing, it's divine's timing, okay? It just weighs you. It's your shadow. This is as we said it. It's a ball and chain to you. It's your devil energy. What you are craving is all external attachment. Okay? Devil is a card of materialism. I'm not saying you're materialistic, but this is what weighs you down. What comes next? What am I going to gain from healing? When am I going to have my regeneration of this relationship? When are we going to heal and move on from this? When am I going to have my financial success and my abundance? Like, these are the things that are weighing you down. And as I'm saying it, you're probably thinking, oh my God, like feeling a little bit like, oh my God, I do that. Like, this reading's not meant to trigger it's meant to make you see clearly. It's meant to make you really understand, whoa, I am literally holding on to something that is irrelevant. Like, the right collective, you would have that moment. You are literally keeping a ball and chain on your ankle, weighing you down, feeling like you're drowning over things that do not matter. Truly do not matter because of your current life. That's watch from the beginning, this collective. Emotional baggage, addictions, unhappy, codependent, trapped, weighed down, heavy. It's your shadow. What the right collective has been working so hard to heal. It's time to release. It's time to work on your mental discipline. Okay. More goals again. But it needs to be consistent. You can't just, like I said before, do it for a day or two. This mental discipline to do it every day, every moment it comes over you, even if it's 10 times a day at the start. Write it down. So write everything down. It might start with, 10 times a day, and then in a few days you're doing it. It might go to 6 times a day, and then it might go to 5 times a day. Then eventually it might only be once a day. And then long and behold, it might only come up once a week. But you need to be consistent. Okay, write down your progression. Write down your progression after every day connecting. Because I always say there's no stronger connection than our connection to up above. However that may be, let it be you just walking and talking to them, or you actually praying, whatever it is. And giving that gratitude on top of that, you're just going to have such beautiful release after the fact, more and more every day. Okay, just you've committed to so many other areas of your journey. Now it's to commit to your present being. Okay. All right, one more for your top row. Trust in your soul contract. So the lovers, you don't need to just you're going to be I'm not even getting future for this collective. This is what you got to let go of. You are such a beautiful person. If they see you as the Empress, you are one beautiful person. You wouldn't harm a fly. Okay. It's just your emotion that they just want you to have a clearer mind. That's all. And really understand who you are as a person. And I actually said this yesterday, in yesterday's collective, the reason everything's going to come in so beautifully when it comes in, because they're going to finally believe they deserve it. When you are in this mindset of so much fear, believe it or not, it's because you're really lacking the knowing of who you are. You don't believe that you're worth it, so you question if it'll ever come in. It means you don't see yourself. So this collective, you need to see yourself. You need to truly believe you are this. And the only way you are going to believe you are this is to stop focusing on everything else but you now currently. Please watch from the beginning. If you need to watch the beginning of this reading, otherwise this won't make sense. So talk better to yourself right now. We need a little bit more versatility in your life, more spontaneity, okay? But when it comes to whatever is destined for you, it comes with your internal duality first, your harmonious energy first, okay? Trust them. Trust yourself. Beautiful. So underneath the stallion, you've got the judgment energy. You're just having a spiritual purge right now, a total transformation. You're heeding the call the right way. It's a renewal because surrender's about to truly activate. You're not just going to say, oh, I surrender. You're going to believe it. Okay. Awakening, rebirth, cleaning the slate through these fundamental changes that have always needed to be cleared and purged. But you clearly, I always say, everyone works in layers and phases through their healing journey. You're coming up to one of your biggest pivotal phases. Embrace it. Don't let it drown you. You know, it's so funny. Something that I do, especially when I'm water fasting, right? Anything I feel, like especially when I'm, really like the first few days when the hunger pains, I sit there, I'm like, I love this feeling. Like, that's what I do. So whenever there's an emotion that comes over me about stress or anything, I literally turn around in that moment and I affirm it in that moment till I believe it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I love this feeling. Like, that might sound crazy, but it works for me because I always say emotion's just emotion. And the funny thing is, it's the emotion that tests our mental discipline, or it's the emotion of the stress, anxiety. I say it all the time. These are the emotions that evolve us. Happiness and complacency, it keeps us stuck because we don't see, but like, just embrace the emotions you're feeling. Okay. And tell yourself, this isn't that bad. I'm stronger than this. Be on top of it. See the lesson in it. And that's another thing that helps me through anything. I always, before I focus on the emotion, I try and find the lesson first. Just at the start, how we got this message wasn't feeling right. It was stuck. As soon as something's not it's not balanced in my mind, I'm like, why? How do we fix it? How do we this? How do we that? But it really works for me because it takes the pressure of the emotion away when you're trying to find the lesson of soul discovery and how this emotion or this lesson is going to transform you, even if it's just this much. Okay. 11th of April or the 4th of November. So this is coming, this balance is coming at the perfect time. Again, you've just hit the phase it was meant to enter because you're strong enough to see it, and to the right collective. Like I said, for anyone that this reading isn't for, it'd be a bit triggering hearing this, but the right collective, this wouldn't be triggering. It's like it's found you at just the right time for this next phase, for this next clear and purge. Okay, perfect timing. Perfect timing. I'm going to say a culmination of all your efforts. That's not on here, but that's what I was hearing. Longevity. You're unstoppable. Okay, you're standing the test of time, and you'll stand this as well. But past, present, future. What the theme of this has been. Empress. Oh, the Falcon. You need to see this differently right now. Okay, rise above. See who you truly are. Your abilities, skill, focus, your transitioning changes. Your higher self is activating more and more. Your third eye vision. Well, let's not talk about, that's what we need to stop. The far reaching and what's coming next. For the right now, you just need to see, I am this. I already am this. You've got to stop focusing on the future. That's what's throwing this collective off. Out of your Empress energy. That's not stillness. It's you chasing, even if it's just energetically. 3rd of the 2nd, 2nd of the 3rd, 19th of the 5th. Devil, ball and chain. Literally confirming you. And you know what I heard with that straight, and you could have a female in your life, but no. You know, when we said before, all those things you think about everyone else, it's like, as I'm reading this, you probably think your person weighs you down, that they've trapped you, that this is heavy, that this is making you have emotional baggage, that they're bound to their shadow, but that deviation was for you. Right, collective? It's like they're saying what you believe. Just watch the whole thing. But you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Okay. Lovers. Wait. Divine's got a hold of this. There's nothing you can do but wait for divine timing. Double rainbow. Divine intervention. Perfect timing. When you're really in duality. Okay, this will ascend the right way. As above, so below. Just focus on you, not your ego's timing. Divine timing, perfect timing. 16th of the 6th could be another important one. Okay. Just quickly, because the first deck I went for were those love heart decks, so clearly this collective, again, I haven't used this deck in years. I just want to get you a couple of these. Creativity, passion, ignition. What's going to light that flame instead of overthinking? You love to divide. So you've also got a creator's mind. And I always say, if you've got a creative's mind, you need to have things that relieve the creation, because you're an overthinker otherwise. A creative's mind is like a boom, 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 boom. It's like a ping pong. So if you're not relieving that in whatever your passion and hobby is, that's just living up here unnecessarily. So another tool, find something, and we talk about this all the time as well. Your higher self is saying there needs to be something here that you can turn to in these times. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Loyalty to yourself right now. and to up above Spiritual Panther. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. I'm just going to say of being you. You don't see yourself properly. Like I said, this collective, you're beautiful. You wouldn't bloody hurt a fly. It's so, there's that spontaneity, confirmation, right? It's so funny. I saw this video the other day, and this guy was like, so he was at the beach and it was very still, and he wanted to skim a rock, right? And he went to pick up the rock, and then he's like, he felt guilt. He's like, I can't, because I'm taking it away from its rock friends. So all the other rocks that were there. So he put the rock back. And how relatable is that for, and especially this collective? That's what I mean. You just got so much empathy, even for a bloody fly. You're just so beautiful, but you don't see that about yourself. Spontaneity. You move beyond the constraints of the mind, and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. Do something spontaneous today, this collective. Do it, because the right collective, you live in freedom. So go do something. Go do something crazy. Not like bad crazy, like get in trouble crazy, but just go do something that you would never have thought you would do. Maybe for the right collective, you should put this on your once a week to do. Just something spontaneous while you're going through this process we've been talking about. If you can, financially, book a little flight somewhere, even if it's just to another state, or just go do something crazy. Go do something crazy and embrace it. Nothing's stopping you. The right collective. Because your transformation is taking place. You just need a little bit of fine tweaking. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And right now, the sad thing is expression. Talk better to yourself. You feel you're coming from a place of unconditional love, but it's not. It's conditional because of the outlook. Unfortunately, we've now created in this collective's mind. We need to be on top of it. Okay, they're trying to give you, look at how beautiful that one is with all the little bubbles. Maybe go blow some bubbles. Find your childlike spark. One more. Forgiveness. Only way to work on true, like I said, there's resentment, there's conditional love being created right now. We need to be on top of it. You are now able to activate the power of love. I'm going to say true love now within yourself in order to release past hurts by just living in the moment. Okay, truly. And maybe you need to get out as well when it comes to your creative flow hobbies to find some new people that you can, interact with. More soul tribe kind of energy. Okay, let's just get you a beautiful surrender card. It says surrender to non-action, but we've got some issues with procrastination for this collective. Maybe we need to more focus on non-action with everything, especially if it's just for nearly every deck freedom to come out. The right collective, it's like you don't believe you sit in freedom or something. There's a reason entrepreneur, all of that came out, and I said you can adapt your own time schedule. I think you act so much on what's weighing you down instead of maybe putting a pause on that and putting the action where it's really needed. Okay, they're saying to be still and not act. I think it's the things that are stressing you out, though. That's where you need stillness. Simply breathe out and focus on your power. Let others come to you. And especially if you do have a sense of urgency, to remember you're an empress. So just be still. Let things flow to you. But your intuition. So you're not being honest with yourself right now. 2 of the throat chakra. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of gut feelings, flashes and knowings and aha moments. Moments that come through to guide you. They're trying to give you intuitive downloads, but you're so worried about what comes next and what's happened, and you're missing the magic they're trying to grant you. Remember, the universe, that's the one I was seeing through the whole reading. You don't even realize you've got so much resentment in your soul right now. You've got to do some throat clearing here, this collective. Especially with the way you speak to yourself and your environment. The sad thing is, When I was going over your current energy, you think you're seeing everything so clearly. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for the universe was never working against you, always for you. Even this situation, this had nothing to do with this person. Believe it or nothing to do with it. It aligned for your life for a reason. Everything that's happened since you took your first breath has been for a reason. Pain or not, it happened for a reason, for your greatness. So stop focusing on it. Okay, and again, I'm not trying to invalidate. The right collective, that won't trigger you. You'll get it. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. All right, one more. Oh, addictions. What, especially obsessive thinking. Just saying. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, or overworking, take action to begin to heal these addictions and replace with healthier alternatives. Truth. That's where I feel the non-action. You need to stop doing so, like, especially that. I feel this collective, especially if you own your own business. I get it, but I can't get over how every single deck, even in my download for you guys, freedom was one of the biggest things. And the sad thing is, I don't think this collective, you understand or you believe that. But you really, this is why this is finding you. And again, worry at the bottom. Sacral and throat. Make commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life by focusing on things you got no control of. And that's another thing we say. What's out of your mind should be out of your... what's out of your hands should be out of your mind and heart. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always, forever and always. Okay. I just want one more deck for you, and then, like I said, I'm not going to get... You've got beautiful things coming. They're saying trust in your soul contract. You don't need to know, because, again, the main thing is focusing on the now for this collective. I want to get these, and then my other... Remember my other animal deck that we hardly use? I'm getting called... You might love that. You might have really liked that deck when you could be more of an OG kind of listener, or you could have that deck. But Harmony... Ugh, that's what they're wanting to give you right now. Ease. It's just your little inner child, but we need more softness. May sweet and soft things find you. 27 could be important. The mind. Ugh, the theme of this reading. Number 23. Give to the mind and it gives back. So what do you want to give to your mind? This you stress about, or positivity and harmony? Sweet things. Inspiration, mood. And then cycles coming over and over and over because we're just not seeing the situation clearly. Okay, the fairy. And I started with being in my fairy garden this morning. 31. Darling, don't you remember you're a badass? Keep winging it. The fairy. Blessings flow. Magical energy. And magical energy flows when we are harmonious. Another big detail in the first part, clearing out the rejection. Okay. Harmony. Sweet oblivion. Stop focusing on things you've got no control over. You don't need to. Uncertainty. Trust in fate. Find humor in your day. Okay, it's okay. I don't need to know what I'm doing. It's true, you don't. You don't need to know what's coming next. You don't need to know. At all. Number 40. The mind. Oh, that one, but energy. More passion, more energy, more passions. The mind, the void. It's time to return home. Returning home, lessons, realization. I really hope, I know, the right collective, this would have been a big, like, whoa, this reading for you. Number 10, completion. It's okay to forget and then remember and then do it all over again. It's that fire. But this right collective, you've walked through this fire through your mind that many times. It's time to start really seeing it and removing it now. You've learned the lessons you need to. Okay, when it comes to this emotion and this heartbreak. Now let's just focus on you. You're prolonging your healing journey because you're stuck in the pain of what has not been solved. But look at who you've become through it. So you've learned what you needed to from this connection. You've learned. Okay, now let's close that, especially out of our mind. And now let's focus on you and your fulfillment and your greatness and your self-worth and your self-love. It's no longer about how you communicate with this person and what boundaries and it's nothing to do with that. Now it's just about you. Okay. Beautiful. 23rd of the 10th could be important. You're a flower child underneath the fairy, 14. Flower child, momentum, creativity, passion will lead to more action. I hope that over everyone else you learn to make yourself proud. And we said that. Go to sleep every night and just be proud of you and your existence. Because you should be. You're amazing. You're a star. Today's collective and yesterday's collective. It's really nice. Very nice energy. Very nice. All right, I want to get these beautiful animal cards. Hold on, hold on. I absolutely love these cards, but I just want to... They sell them in a smaller size, and my angels, I'm a very, you know how people say big boned? That's me. I've got like man hands. So even for me, shuffling these is very, I recommend trying to find the smaller deck if you do. If they're called the spirit animal or something like that. Hold on. The Spirit of the Animal Oracle. Very nice deck. But again, I recommend getting the smaller size if you've got little bubblesy hands. Okay, even if you got big hands like me. Penguin, your authenticity. Time to show the world the real you. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Do you have a tribe to reach out to? Maybe that should be your focus instead of focusing on, anyway, what we've been talking about the whole reading. Or family, but building a stronger bond with your family right now. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations and just be yourself. Love yourself, your quirky self, your individualistic self. Perseverance. Truth. Unless this is built into your soul, blood of fire and steel, this journey is not granted. And just remember that. You can get through anything. Anything. And don't let anyone from the past, current, future ever make you believe otherwise. Okay? You have so many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind when it's focusing the right way and it's harmonized. Okay? Unstoppable. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. Always. Where there's bad karma, there's always good. I always say true healers, where normally people get their blessings released every 2-year cycle, you guys, it's all accumulated. Some of you guys just feel it's just for years and years. It'll arrive when you let go of it, the need of it, and understand, look at the life this collective's living now. They see you as an empress. So you live a pretty goddamn good life. Okay. You're rebirthing. Truth, that judgment energy. Butterflies. So penguins, rams, and butterflies could be signs. Ram, Aries, fire. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Especially, remember that deviation when I'm like going through something, I'm like, yeah, I love it. Like, you need to do that. It works. All right, let's get friends. This is a big one. This collective, love yous, you need some friends. You really do. This is I think will help you through, like, friends soul tribe. Okay, and we talk about how to meet like-minded people. Go do hobbies that you enjoy doing, because then you'll meet like-minded people. Today I will love without condition. Another big focus. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. And I am a protector, and I am a friend, especially of the divine. Okay. One more. You could have just got a little puppy. Or you want to get a puppy. Maybe you need a puppy. One more. Oh. The elk, nobility. And I heard integrity. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility, which means we've got some things coming here. But also now look at what you've accomplished. You are crowned with success. That's your last card. I'm not getting future for this collective. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges are limitless. Truth. Especially with that ram energy. Last one, the hawk. Messenger of the divine. Spirit is sending you messages. So get out of the negativity and see what they're trying to show you. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on, and instead of always seeing signs as this person or what's coming next, there's signs for you and your growth. Focus on your priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Get through this. They're trying to ascend you. We say we just prolong our timeline when lessons are not seen. Okay, they're just prolonged till we learn them. This, I think the universe has been trying to get you to learn for a long time, but you're always falling back into the same habit because unfortunately, moon in reverse, you think you're seeing everything clearly. Okay, they're wanting to ascend you to the next layer. This is your key, focusing on what we were explaining in the first part. Okay. All right, let's get you some charmies. Whoa. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You got my double lightning. Not that it matters. That's what you need to release, the shock moment. Something's rapidly changing. And as soon as you start focusing on this, watch how quick it'll change, because you're a strong collective. So I feel you've been on this journey for a long time. So it's not going to... Just trust. Both of my quick moving charms, buckle up. That's supposed to be my red thread, but I should paint it red because every time I'm like, it's supposed to be my red thread, your faded thread. And trust in fate. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Nature. And it's funny, started the message outside in nature. They're saying you need to connect to nature more. Go hug a tree. Go talk to your trees and stuff like I do. Do something, but they want you to be outside more. Good luck, protection is by your side. Peach, you could have a nice bottom, or maybe you've been wanting to go to the gym and perk up your little peach at the moment. That came to my mind. Opalite. You need to get opalite, or maybe you just got opalite, or you wear an opalite. The abundant bell, but it starts from within. New beginnings in love will come when it's meant to. You don't need to stress about it. Okay. We've got B, Y, and C. B, Y, C. Feathers, signs. Look at your signs properly because they're trying to give you heaps, especially when it comes to intuition. If you always think this person's thinking about you and you've got that outlook, that was such an important message for the right collective. It's just like physical science. That's what they want you to work on, but in your own right. And that's how they're trying to give you messages that you're just not seeing. Okay, that should have been a huge, like, whoa, I get it, for the right collective when I was speaking about that. Sage, protect yourself, protect your home, and black candle wax. So definitely protect right now. Okay. Important days, memories, birthdays, angel numbers. 3rd of the 9th, 9th of the 3rd, 69. Good and bad luck, good and bad karma. And 20 number, because it looks like yin and yang. 4th of the 1st, 1st of the 4th, 1414. 1414, 1414. You could be watching this at 1414. 11, 11, 11. Destiny's unfolding, 66. 6-6 portal could have been very big for you. 26th of this month could be big. 4th of the 5th, 5th of the 4th, 17th of the 5th, 17th of the 4th, 17th of the 6th. Okay? I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. And 3, Empress energy. Remember that. And also Jupiter energy. Expansion. When it's time. Stop thinking it's not going to happen. Just believe. In the now. In the now. I love you guys. Have a good day.